Hey everyone, and welcome to another inspiring episode by Lawfren. Today we have a privilege of hosting someone who's not just cracked the exam but done so with such sheer brilliance, securing an All India rank 3 in NLU NIIT 2025, and that too in her very first attempt. Meet Abhishri Anandi, one of the top rankers of this year's NIIT. Abhishri, welcome to
Yeah,
Lawfren. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. Massive congratulations on your All India rank 3, and also congratulations on clearing all of your semester exams today.
thank you so
So,
much.
and how do you feel about cracking the exam? So let's start with that.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you
Yeah,
for being so kind and helpful throughout my preparation journey.
yeah,
And yeah, I've cleared my semester exams as well now. I'm looking forward to joining in LU Odisha soon.
that's great.
And yeah, I have cleared the NAIT exam with an All India rank of 3. And I would foremostly and firstly like thank the Lawfren mock series. The 5 mocks, it was the quality was all that it mattered. The quantity was
Thank
just
you,
5,
thank
but
you.
the yeah. But I can assure like uh, at least 5 to 10 questions straightforward it came from your
That's
mocks.
what
Yeah.
we heard. We have heard from other students as well.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great to
yeah,
hear. And like I want to know, this NLU NIIT is a very unknown exam. So
yeah.
when did you come to know about this, and how did you come to know about this exam?
Okay, so I was like I developed an interest in law in actually I'm a background I have a humanities background.
Okay.
So naturally I'm inclined towards governance, law and policies.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I was in my 11th and 12th, I was more inclined towards Delhi University.
Mm-hmm.
I was wanting to pursue political science, but after coming here, I realized my interest in law, and therefore but by that time I was already enrolled in my undergraduate degree, and taking a drop year after that was not something I was so sure of. So I just researched which universities provide the 3-year LLB, and it was only that year I guess the NLUO released its first batch of that 3-year LLB
Yeah.
program. So I think I just found my space there, and I started building my habits of like getting inclined towards that same place. I was like I did appear for an LU Bangalore also,
Okay.
and I was going to appear for an LU Vishakhapatnam, the Vizag one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile I cleared an LUO, and yeah,
That's
that's
great. That's great. And when did you actually start preparing for NIIT? Because you knew NLU NIIT since the beginning, around 1 or 2 years
yeah,
ago. But when did you actually
yeah.
start preparing for this exam?
Yeah, I started like the serious preparation,
Hmm.
the newspaper reading and everything and all. I started from this year itself in the month of Jan.
In the month
Yeah.
of Jan, okay, this year. That's
Yeah.
great. And you hardly had 5 months, I guess, to study, or you finished
Yeah.
everything in 5 months. So, did
Yeah.
you specifically prepare for this exam, or were you preparing for other exams which helped in this exam as well? Something on that lines.
Okay, so yeah, the I like I said, I have given few more exams for
Hmm.
this LLB 3-year program. So the mainly the CUET one and the MHCT one,
Okay.
it closely aligns with
Hmm.
the exam pattern. But I would rather say that NLUO has a little like the difficulty level of NLU is a little more than those of both of the exams.
Okay.
So yeah, like if you study for CUET, it doesn't mean that you will align with the portion and pattern of an NLU Odisha
Okay.
exam.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And there are three sections in this exam:
yeah.
general reasoning, English, and GK and current affairs.
Hmm.
So, how did you go about these three sections? Did you have any fixed timetable that you're going to study this section, this hour, something on that lines, or did you randomly approach this? Like, how did you approach the three sections of the exam? How did you prepare?
So the English section first of all.
Yeah.
So I was a little aware of the pattern. I went through the past year paper
Okay.
on the official website itself. So
Mm-hmm.
I was well aware of the pattern. The
Mm-hmm.
40 marks each
Yeah.
section has 40 marks equal weightage.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with like the vocab and all. It just builds with newspaper reading, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really true. There are no
Mm-hmm.
doubts in that. So I was in full mode of reading newspapers, and that I did download some applications on my phone and laptop to
Okay.
like yeah
To practice
So
all the synonyms, antonyms, and all this
yeah,
type of
yeah,
questions.
that
Okay.
that really helped a lot.
Okay.
And coming to the general reason awareness, or yeah, the reasoning section, it all depends on practice, I would rather say.
Okay.
Actually the thing is, in when you attempt questions of general reasoning, it becomes like, after some time you feel that you're exhausted because your mind is like
True.
it. Yeah. I hope you are understanding.
True.
Your
Yeah.
mind is just in that full vein of attempting solving, and it just get entangled at some time,
Yeah,
that you are
that's true.
exhausted. Yeah, so that is something I guess most students feel, that they are lacking somewhere behind. So for that, I think if you should have that stable and calm mind. You should maintain that composure, I guess. Yeah. So when I initially started preparing, and if I used to like solve 20 or 30 questions in one go,
Okay.
or after the like 12th or 13th question, I would be like, my accuracy would be going very down. My mind and all, it would be like destabilizing, and I wouldn't be able to focus. Yeah. That was something I faced during my initial stages of preparation. But throughout, then I understood the importance of being calm and composed while attempting the questions. So meanwhile, I gathered all the strength to keep my mind at least stable. And yeah, it worked. It did really work in my examination as well.
Perfect. And the current affairs section, GK.
Yeah, the current affairs section, actually the NLU exam, it equally emphasizes on the static GK part, and the dynamic, the contemporary part.
Yeah.
So, and the contemporary part, however, I felt it was more or less asked from the last 4 to 5 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Like whatever I studied from, I started my newspaper reading from January, and I was diligently in reading that, and whatever it was asked in the exam, I could like, yeah, most of the questions were from the January part, from starting from the January till the month of April, mid of April. Yeah.
Perfect.
And the yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
the
I want to know the resources that you covered. For example, you mentioned three subjects, right? English, general reasoning, and current affairs. Current affairs, yeah, you did mention the newspapers. And what were the sources for English and general reasoning?
Okay, for English, I used the Wren and Martin. I have
Okay.
that book. Yeah, it's a higher secondary school grammar level book, but it really helps a lot. It helps a lot to build your basics.
Okay.
And this competitive exams do not they do not teach they do not see your the IELTS level speaking, or the IELTS level of preparation, but they rather assess you on the basics.
True.
And I feel the basics are very something someone must be very aware of that. Someone must be very fluent in that. So Wren and Martin, that book is something which teaches you the basics very well. So I did incline on that, and as I said, your mocks.
Okay.
Yeah, and the same thing, the vocab, the newspaper reading for vocab and all. Yeah, and I did use some YouTube channels as well for for
English.
practice at least.
For English or for general reasoning?
For English.
English. And for general reasoning?
For general reasoning, I used the R.S. Agrawal.
R.S. Agarwal, okay, that's great. And as you mentioned, for current affairs, you started with newspapers from the month of January, right?
Yes.
So usually when people start with newspapers, they get drained out just by looking at the paper. In fact, when they start reading, they're gonna take around 5 hours just to finish the paper. So how did you actually catch up the speed? Because you had to manage both the college and the preparation. So how did you do both? And how much?
Yeah, actually, see, if you take a standard paper, for example, the Hindu or the Indian Express. So the Hindu has at least 18 pages, and the Indian Express has at least 16 pages. But the thing is, the 18 and 16 pages, whole of it hasn't to be studied.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to start with at least basics.
Okay.
I mean, first read the headlines, and you will. In the initial days of preparation, I used to feel the same. I used to feel exhausted. At one point of time, I was like devastated with the word newspaper itself. But yeah, I inculcated that habit that I should not see everything. Everything is not of your use.
That is.
You must, when you study and when you prepare, you will automatically, when you go for mocks and all, you will automatically come to know that yes, this is something which I should see or look after, and this one is something which is not of that good importance. For example, something which is related to national or international politics.
Okay.
That is something this NLUs, like they stress upon very nicely. Yeah, I have
Okay.
seen that in NLSAT itself and in NLUO.
Okay.
One question was there from the NAIT exam. It was on South Korea's president. Yeah, the impeachment of South Korea. So this
Okay.
is not something which is related to Indian dynamics or something, but yeah, it was a matter of it was a matter of judicial importance.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. And that is why I think NLU stressed on this question and asked it. So you have to like see things from slight of judicial overview, like some perception of judicial, some perception of legislative, and the things
I
which
get
are
it.
referent to your preparation. Like
That's
you
true.
are
That's true.
going to be a lawyer, and so you have to see things from that perspective. So yeah.
So, but most of the current affairs questions are one-liners, right? They're just one-liner current affairs questions.
True, true.
So, did you cover any sources like GK today, or did you cover any compendium so that you revise the one-liners? Like, how did you revise this current affairs? Because did you make any notes of the newspaper? Like, how did you go
Yeah.
about it?
Okay, so let me tell you this thing. Actually, I did fill 3 notebooks of
Oh,
classmate.
okay.
Yeah, from that, the newspaper, whatever I used to get, and not even newspapers, I guess. Like if you watch some historical movie or some movies on contemporary issues,
Okay.
you will see there are many things which are of importance till date.
True.
Yeah, so like if you get any random information, I used to like write or note it down in that notebook. And
Okay.
doing that way, I have like 3 notebooks. I have already filled 3 notebooks. Yeah.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
used to regularly revise those, like how
Yeah,
often?
yeah.
Once in a week or something?
Yeah, actually revision is very important. Like as per me, revision is very important. I will also suggest that keeping the revision process for the last of the month. Like people
Okay.
say that you first study and then like in the month of whenever your exam is, you proceed with the revision. But that is something which will pile you up with many things.
Okay.
Like it's not simple to revise whole like 12 month of or 3 whatever it is to like revise everything all at once. So it is something like if you study 1 week, like 6 days in a week, you study 6 days in a week, and the Sunday or whatever day, you take it out only for revision.
Okay.
I think that is helpful. That is more helpful than revising all the way around in the month when you are going to attempt the exam.
That's a really good suggestion. In fact.
Yeah.
And how many hours did you give for preparation each day?
Yeah, on an average, I guess I used to sit 5 to 6 hours.
5 to 6 hours after college.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is, I got January as a full holiday from my
Okay.
college. The Delhi winters, if you know, it's
Yeah,
very, it will like drain everything out of you. So, due to the winters here, the college declared holiday. So, I
Okay.
guess January was full free for me. And I used that for preparation. Yeah.
So that helped you propel for the next 3-4 months. That's great. That's great.
True.
And okay, now that you mentioned the current affairs part for the first part of the exam, but what about the static GK? Because static GK is more or less you'll have to study from some books like Lucent and stuff. So how did you go about it?
Okay, so even when I was in doubt for this static GK part, I used to like Google or search in YouTube what should be the reliable material. So many of the YouTubers did suggest Lucent,
Yeah.
Pearson's and Lucent. Yeah, it's very common among
It's very
aspirants.
popular. Yeah.
But yeah, the same thing it comes that when you have a crunch of time, you cannot give all to one thick, the book. Yeah, it's I've heard and I've seen it's very
It's
very comprehensive.
informative.
It's
It
very
takes a lot
elaborated
of
book.
time to finish.
Yeah, and it will instead of making you aware of things, it will rather cramp your mind.
Exactly.
And you will start forgetting things.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because most of the things in that book is factual, right? You don't. How do you study history? Even when we have this UPSC preparation and stuff, so we study history as a change of events that happen.
Yeah.
But here they just give dates, 1953 or 1513, something like that. So they give on these lines. So
Yeah.
it's very difficult to retain all those facts. So how did you do it? How did you do
Okay.
static GK?
First of all, I would like to trace back my origin. As I said, I have come from a humanities background. So my basics for geography, economics, political science, and history are very clear.
Everything's covered there. So
Yeah. So actually, in my 11th and 12th itself, I was fully made prepared for all this type of retaining the memory power. I was good at that. So, and my basics, as I said, it was clear. So
Yeah.
I started with Arihant
Okay.
GKs. Okay, but yeah, I still feel that the Arihant one, it does give you a fair idea of GK, but
Okay.
the GK which NLSAT, the NLU and NLSAT, the NLUs most prominently asked, that you cannot find in the the Arihant one. So
And
yeah.
after covering so much of sources for CA and static GK in the actual NIIT 2025 exam, so how many, like, what was your coverage percentage? How many questions did you get right in current affairs and GK on an average?
Okay, only for the current affairs part.
Yeah, only for the current affairs part.
Okay, so there were 40 questions,
Okay.
and I think I got 35 of them, 30 to 35 of
35
them
of
correct.
them. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. That's actually a really good, coverage.
Yeah.
That's great. And because you have gone through even the NIIT 2024 paper, so what difference did you find in 2025's paper as compared to 2024?
Okay, so in the 2024 paper, I guess the paper level, it was, I mean, it was easy. I found that paper relatively easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the 2025 paper, it was a little like, not much, but yeah, it was little harder. Yeah.
Okay, like when you say hard, like in what section was it hard? Which section of the
Okay,
paper?
it was hard in the English was improvised. The English which
Okay.
was asked in the 2024 question, the question paper, it was not the same.
Okay.
Like you cannot find the same sentence formations and the same things which were in 2024. It was relatively easy.
Okay.
Like yeah, even if you haven't prepared, like you haven't been fully prepared, you can still mark the questions. You can mark and you can get some of them correct.
Okay.
If if your basics are clear, if your grammar is good, you can do that. But I saw the 2025 paper. It did like assess your how thorough you are with grammar rules and
Okay. This is what
things
I
like
heard from two other people as well. That English
Yeah.
part was a bit difficult this time.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't difficult, but yeah,
They said
it
options
asked
were too confusing.
for a preparation.
They said
Sorry?
options were
Yeah.
too confusing.
Yeah. Options were confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Even
tell me.
yeah, even actually in critical reasoning, the
Okay.
general reasoning section, it was more like the same thing I said in the beginning. It exhausted you. Like if you like lost your wits that day, it will your upcoming questions. There is a 50% probability that you will mess up with the upcoming questions. So
Okay.
it was something of that kind. Yeah.
So how did you manage the time during the exam? Because you had 120 questions in 100 minutes, right? So how did you manage it?
Yeah, actually, we
Sorry,
got
120 minutes,
yeah,
120
2
questions.
hours,
Yeah, 2
120
hours, 2
minutes.
hours,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so managing time, I think I have learned from the process of giving mocks itself.
Okay.
When I used to give, when I used to give the Laughlin mocks itself, I used to complete it within 1.5 hours, something like that.
Okay.
But the thing with the Laughlin mocks was that it was online.
It was
So
CBT,
yeah.
exactly. It's,
And
here you'll have
and
to mark on OMR.
and that takes time. That takes a considerable amount of time. For me, like I'm a very slow writer. I'll tell you that. And for me, it takes like 45 minutes to fill the entire OMR sheet.
Okay.
And it did take me 50 minutes to like fill up the OMR sheet in the exam hall itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a time I panicked that exam, like the time is like running out of my hand and all. So it I completed my paper in 1 hour, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Within 1 hour. Actually, there were some
So you
questions I was not.
completed all the 120 questions in 1 hour.
Yeah. Actually, there were some questions I was not like sure sort of ki,
Okay.
this is the correct one. So for those questions, like I have seen a trend in competitive exams. Like they will start with some 10 easy questions, and then they will give you a bouncer of like 2 3 questions where you stumble. So that is where you will like even if you're going good, like half an hour you have done well. That 10 to 15 minutes you will see that no, this is going to be, yeah, I'm going to lose this and all.
That is
So
true.
yeah, that is the point. You have to just stay calm and you have to leave that question there itself. Come back when you complete the whole paper. Like there are 3 to 4 bouncer questions in every competitive exam. I have seen this trend and I'm very aware of this now.
Okay.
So yeah, and actually NLU exam was something I gave at the very last. My
Okay.
CUET was done, my MHCT was done, my NLSAT was done, and I was left with this NLU exam.
Yes.
So I did like when I gave these 2 3 competitive exams, I was aware, like I was completely aware what these competitive exams do.
Okay.
So yeah, there I understood some of my habits which were not that good for sitting in an exam, the exam environment. So I like in I can tell you one incident in NLSAT.
Okay.
So there was one question, and it was very critical, and you cannot like in one go you cannot solve that. So there was where I lost my 10 minutes, and
Okay.
you know in competitive exams time is everything.
Time
You
and time is
cannot
everything. Exactly.
you cannot mess with time.
True.
Time messes with you.
Exactly.
So yeah, and that is where I think I lost the thing there, and so and but I learned from that experience, and the same thing I applied to an LUO exam. When there were like 5 questions I found difficult,
Okay.
and there was something I was running out of time, and then I understood the same thing happened in an LSAT. I'm not going to repeat it here. I will leave this question. I will come back to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come back to it later.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's
So
great.
I did that in the
Yeah. And the
last
most
moment. But
and
yeah, I did it.
yeah. And the most difficult part in NLU and NIT is, of course, the logical reasoning part. And many students fear it as well because they feel they're not from the technical background or mathematical background. They haven't done maths in grade 12 and stuff. As you are from humanities, you were in even in 12th you had pursued humanities. So how did
Yeah.
you like? How did you approach it, and what would you suggest the students like who fear it?
Okay, so the critical reasoning, actually, the general reasoning which an LU asks is not something very technical. I will I'll agree that it's somewhat kind of it assesses your critical reasoning as well as your the attentiveness you pay on the
Okay.
spot. Yeah, the like it's not very hard, like it's not kind of algebraic formulas or something like that. It's simple, it's easy, but it entangles your mind.
Okay.
So you have to be aware of the thing that you should not like lose your calm there. You have to be good with like when for the blood relations questions, or actually this year paper has a variety of blood relations questions.
Yeah.
So that is not something which is on the mathematical side or the technical side.
True.
Yes, it was a little it will engage you. It will engage you, but it doesn't engage your the mathematical things. It doesn't
True.
engage you with those things.
That is
It
true.
will rather engage you with your thought process on the moment. Yeah. So these are the things I feel is important, and yeah, for the approach that you said, the technicality and all. There are like 3 to 4 basic formulas for some of the critical reasoning questions, like some domains of critical reasoning. They have some 2 3 formulas, like when like a question on row, fifth
Okay.
from right and sixth from left. That students may feel it's something on the mathematical side, but it's not.
Okay.
It's really not. It's just that you have to like be thorough with the formulas and practice. That is all I can say. Practice till you are like, yeah, if even if the same genre of questions for 100 times it comes, you will do it. You can do
Practice
it
and
with
division. Practice and division. That's it.
yeah, that's
That's
all.
it.
That's all. Nothing else works.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. And many students, what they do is they just prepare for one law entrance exam. They skip all other law entrance exam, thinking that they have this wishful thinking that okay, they're gonna crack it. So, what suggestions do you have for them? Because many
Okay.
people are treading this path. It's a dangerous path, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's very dangerous, and it can like cost you 1 year of your
One
life.
entire year, exactly.
Yeah. And for me, time is money. Time is everything.
Exactly.
So like, actually, I very fortunately, I never got a like reason to get a drop here. When I cleared my 12th, I was immediately admitted into Delhi University. And very fortunately, when I'm graduating from Delhi University, I am getting the opportunity to join an
Exactly.
MBOD.
And
Yeah.
that's great.
So
It's very good to not have a single break in career because
yeah. That yeah.
you'll just be younger when you get into the market. You know, when you're freshly graduated, so you'll just be a lot younger. So that's great. You have an
Yeah.
advantage. So that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So that was about the preparation strategy that we wanted to know. We wanted to know the sources that you covered, the preparation that revisions that you had, the mock tests that you practiced, and also the questions and how you approached it. It was really nice knowing all of
Yeah.
this from you. And really, thank you for spending your time with us. And I know that this was your last day of exam, and I still held you after your exam. So, really, sorry for it. Really sorry for taking your time on your exam
No.
after your
It's
exam.
it's really nice.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really nice. Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, and I hope seeing you in college very soon
Yeah.
in a month. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll catch up there.
Yeah.
And for any doubts or queries, you can just contact me on Telegram or
Yeah.
even on my phone number. Then I'll help you with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Sure.
about it. Yeah. And for the guys who are watching the video, kindly subscribe, share, like, and drop a comment. Yeah, thank you. Peace out.
Are you preparing for 3-year LLB entrance exams but feeling overwhelmed and unsure where to start? Do you struggle with finding the right resources, guidance, and clarity, all in one place? Tired of institutions selling just mock tests or rebranding old materials meant for other exams and charging a fortune for it? Introducing Lawfren, your one-stop solution for 3-year LLB entrance exams. Lawfren brings you cutting-edge tools to supercharge your preparation. With our exams portal, you can participate in live All India tests and instantly see your rank, giving you real-time insights into your performance. Practice questions on individual topics, sharpen your skills, and get exam ready with confidence. Lawfren, aim to be